Hi, everybody. I am honored to chat with Gretchen Fix. Gretchen is the Global Senior Vice President of Marketing for UBQ. It is great to chat with you, Gretchen. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much, Dave. It's great to be here.
We're super excited because your company is so innovative, and the work that you're doing, when I was researching it, it's mind-blowing. It's so cool. So really excited to share your story with all of our viewers and listeners in our community here at Neighborhood Farms USA. So I will let you do the honors. Tell us about the mission at UBQ.
Yeah, thank you so much. And like I said, I'm excited to be speaking with you guys today. And oftentimes when thinking about UBQ, a lot of people think that it's too good to be true in terms of what we do. And so what we do is we take mixed household waste, including all of the organics, all of the hard to recycle materials that people normally end up in landfills, and we take that and we convert it into a bio-based thermoplastic, climate positive material that can be used to substitute plastics in many, many, many applications.
And what's neat, well, a million things are neat, but some of those materials that I was reading that you use, I was like, oh, you can use these things, like a dirty diaper, for example, was one that I saw.
Yes. We say that we take the garbage of the garbage, everything that nobody wants. And so the organics are really the best part of what goes into making UBQ. And it's oftentimes the hardest part to deal with when you're normally recycling or putting things in landfills. It's the part that people don't want to deal with, and it's our favorite part.
Well, I have a 2-year-old, and I change her diapers, and she will be honored to know that she's furthering the planet. She's contributing to the global well-being.
Yep. It's a crazy thing. And like I said, sometimes people think it's too good to be true, but we developed this patented technology just about 13 years ago. And then we spent 10 years perfecting that technology to make sure that there were no kinks, that there were no issues, that we could address everyone's concerns, to make it really easy to just drop into existing manufacturing processes and combine it with the most common polymers so that we could put it into a wide array of just everyday goods. Like this pot right here. This is a planter. It's made with UBQ.
To that point, I would encourage people to go to your website and watch the videos of how this happens. It's really neat. High level, can you sort of paint the picture of how it works? So the waste comes in to the facility, and then kind of talk us through a little bit how it actually ends up being in planters and things like that.
Sure, no problem. So we have our plant in the Netherlands, and we work with the municipalities to get the waste from the region. We bring that waste in, we then shred it and dry it, and then it goes through our process. And the first thing that we do is we remove any metals or minerals that could normally just be recycled. So we take those things out, and then we take everything else, which, as I said, includes the organics, the dirty diapers, the chicken bones, the lawn trimmings, all of those things go into our process, and then we break down those materials to their basic building blocks. And our CEO likes to say that it's very similar to cotton candy. So the organics are really the cotton candy, and they pick up all of the other elements of the process, the different polymers and plastics and all of those other things, and it makes it into this homogeneous material that can be repeated time and time again. And that is UBQ. That's the climate positive thermoplastic that can be used with polypropylene, polyethylene, and any other polymer to create everyday goods.
So chicken bones too. That's wild.
Yep, chicken bones too. And yeah, I mean, it's really the possibilities are endless when it comes to what we can do with that waste and then what we can shape it into. It can go into materials in building and construction, outdoor furniture, supply chain like pallets. It can actually go back into garbage cans. So it really is full circle.
And what I also love about the company and the mission is that you have very big aspirations, that the goal is to have a world without waste. Can you talk a little bit about kind of the origin story and how this came to be and why this is so important for you guys at UBQ?
Right. Well, I think, creating a world without waste is a big goal of ours. And it's not going to happen overnight, and we realize that. but there really is a global waste crisis that I'm not sure if everyone is aware of. A lot of people think that recycling is the only answer, and while it is a great answer, it often is costly and difficult. And so just imagine a world in which all of that waste that you would put into a landfill or into an incinerator could then be turned into a material that could then be used to make products, creating a true circularity when it comes to that. So like we said, it's not an easy endeavor, and it started about 13 years ago, and with our co-founder, where they just really wanted to be able to find a way to do better by the world and to create a future for our children and for our families moving forward. So that's why they invested so much time and effort into creating UBQ materials. Our CEO actually comes from the plastics industry, and he actually was a pioneer in his first company, which is a family company, in really coming up with ways to recycle plastics and do that, honestly, well before it was really widely adopted throughout the globe. And so he made it his mission to find ways to better the world. And when he came across this technology, he also thought it was too good to be true until he went and he actually saw it done. And so he became one of our largest initial investors. And like I said, he's still CEO today because he realizes the importance of doing better for the world, creating a better planet for our future.
And you have some corporate partners or clients that you work with, some of the biggest brands in the world. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so we have worked with brands like Mercedes-Benz, Pepsi, McDonald's. Those are just some of the real large brands that we've worked with to create different car parts, to create different merchandising solutions for Pepsi. And then for McDonald's, we worked with Arcos Dorados, who manufactured the trays that you would find in a McDonald's, primarily in Brazil. We also work with other partners like Crescent Garden, who's the maker of this awesome pot that I showed earlier. And we're always looking with other suppliers to work with. We're working with some manufacturers of pallets, some manufacturers of garbage cans. We're working with some manufacturers who make a board that's just like this. This is a kind of a cool little cell phone holder. But it's this type of material that can be made into trade show booths or point of purchase displays in your stores, in your big retail stores. So it's offering up a lot of opportunities for businesses to take advantage of this material and to create a more climate positive environment.
It's cool hearing this. Do you have like a creativity board that just dreams up of new uses, to put the material, like cell phone holder? That's okay. How did that idea come to be? That's cool.
Yeah, that was honestly that our partner, our supplier who was using UBQ materials to make that board came up with this design and said, isn't this a cool cell phone holder? But really our ideas are endless. So we work with our engineers, our R&D team, and with a lot of partners in coming up with the best ways to incorporate UBQ into their processes and into their materials.
And I know just, again, from spending time on the website, that you've received tons of international recognition and awards, and people are saying all these wonderful things about you. Can you just spend a bit telling us about some of the recognition that the company's earned?
Sure, yeah. So just a couple of years ago, we were recognized by Time as one of the most innovative materials, which we are very proud of that award. And then just this year, we were a recipient of the Silver Award put on by the Edison Award. So Thomas Edison Innovation. And we received the Silver Award just this year for innovative materials and climate positive materials. So we're really excited to promote that and to talk about that. And, we've been covered by many publications around the world just talking about UBQ and what we're doing.
Gretchen, what are some of the specific industries that could benefit from UBQ?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And so UBQ can be used in many different industries. And really where we're focusing, because we've had so much success, is in building and construction. So think decking, flooring, things like that, roofing membranes. We can be in supply chain and logistics. So think pallets, garbage cans, big containers that you're transporting goods in. think automotive. Like I mentioned earlier, we've partnered with Mercedes. So we've gone through the rigor of being qualified to be in automotive parts. We are also working with electronics manufacturers for the different plastic parts that can go into different electronics like televisions and computer monitors and things like that. And then also just think about regular consumer durables. Think about outdoor furniture and the planter that I showed. Think about inside office furniture and tables and things like that. So anything that is durable or semi-durable can be used. You can use UBQ with anything that is durable or semi-durable.
What do you think the future is for UBQ? Where will you be in 5 years?
Well, the future is bright for UBQ. In 5 years, we will definitely have more manufacturing facilities throughout the world. Like I said, our main facility is in the Netherlands, and we can produce 80,000 tons of material annually out of that facility alone. We're really close to identifying a facility in the United States, which we're super, super proud of and excited about. Hopefully we'll be able to talk in more detail about that soon. And then we're also looking at the UAE and finding other locations for plants there. And so really what we're looking for is to create a movement around UBQ and for not just businesses and manufacturers to understand what UBQ is and what we can do, but for consumers to understand that they can have products made with UBQ. There's no difference in the quality. There's no difference in the design. They can be beautiful for your home, and they can be climate positive, and they can help to create a better future for ourselves and for our children. So really, that's what the future looks like for UBQ. We're in households everywhere. Everyone is trying to figure out how to incorporate UBQ into their materials, and consumers are out there being advocates for us as well.
As we say goodbye, I'm curious, given everything that we've talked about in this conversation, what would you want people listening or watching this conversation to walk away with, whether it be about UBQ or our individual roles in being climate positive? What would you like the message to be?
I think what I'd like everyone to walk away from this with is that we can all make a difference. Sometimes small changes can really make a big difference. And we're looking for people to help us spread the word about UBQ. We know how powerful consumer voices are. And so if you have a minute and you want to go follow UBQ, or you want to keep tabs on us and talk about us with your friends, talk about us with your families, we're really looking to spread the word about what UBQ can do. And it's not just about creating a product. It's actually about taking a global problem, being waste, and coming up with a solution for it. And so if anyone can take that away and help us spread the word and help us gain more positivity around UBQ, that would be amazing.
Gretchen, thank you so much. This has been such a great conversation. If people want to learn more, perhaps work with you, partner with you, invest in the company, where can they go?
Thanks very much. Again, it was a pleasure of mine to speak with you. And if anyone wants to learn how they can partner with us, whether they're a manufacturer, a retailer, an investor looking to become a part of the UBQ family, we just ask that you reach out to us at hello@ubqmaterials.com. And for the consumers out there that just want to stay up to date on what we're doing and where they can find products with UBQ, they can go to our website to learn more, ubqmaterials.com, and follow us on social media to learn more and find out what we're doing.
Wonderful. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, and we'll talk to you again soon. Maybe when you announce the U.S. factory, you can break the news with us. That would be cool.
That would be really cool, and that would be a pleasure for us. Thank you so much for the time today. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you.